And welcome to another episode of Tom Talks. I'm Tom Cech, and here today with Krystal Honahni, and we are so excited to have you, Krystal. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And you graduated in 2016. And what was your major and your concentration?
It was environmental science with a concentration in water quality.
Yeah, and then the water studies certificate.
Yes,
in addition,
that's my minor.
That's great. Hey, how did you hear about the OWOW Center and the Water Studies Certificate?
I heard about it at the Landscape 2030 meeting at the Botanic Gardens, and I believe you were speaking there, and I went over to your table. After that, we email corresponded, and you asked me to review my CAP report, and I believe we went to go meet at Dasbog's.
We had coffee, that's right.
Yeah. Yes, and you wanted to see how the water studies would work with my schedule and work with my CAP report.
Yeah, and it did.
Yes.
How has the water studies certificate helped you academically and then professionally in your job?
It's helped me immensely. Everything that I've learned with water studies has applied to my water quality, and currently I work at Metro Wastewater Reclamation District as a laboratory analyst one, and we do all kinds of analyses such as DO, pH, wet test, biological oxygen demand, ammonia, nitrate, nitrite. So all the classes that I took with the water studies minor have definitely applied in my professional career, as well as when I started out. The One World, One Water project also sent out emails for job notifications and sort of helped me to know where I could go to search for positions in the water industry.
That's the hard part right after you graduate is how do you search for the job you're going to enjoy? Yeah. How did you find your current job? How did you find out about it?
I believe it was just looking through the sites, the job sites. I was lucky enough to find, when I started, it was a laboratory analyst assistant. Mm-hmm. So I'm currently in laboratory analyst 1, and they were able to, it was an entrance level position, and they were able to teach me a lot of the analyses there and just help me develop my skill set.
Yeah. Hey, could you tell us about the interview process, for someone just graduating? What's it like when you go through your first interview?
It was definitely different for any science or environmental science. They have you come in for a couple of interviews, and they also have you do it with a panel.
Oh my.
Yes. So I believe there were 4 people in my first interview, and it was the HR department, the head of the department, of the entire department, and then the head of the environmental sciences department, and I believe another HR person. So it was quite a few. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was my supervisor.
Yeah.
The supervisor of our team, he was in there, and they did a round robin of questioning about different things that I knew about the water cycle and different water analysis.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure, isn't it?
It is, but I did feel pretty prepared. I was fresh out of school, so all of the knowledge felt pretty fresh in my head. Mm-hmm. And once I did get the job, my supervisor did tell me that I was one of the better interviews that he has had.
Excellent.
So that was nice to hear, even though I was super nervous.
What parts of your job are you enjoying the most?
I enjoy just being able to do different things every day, and also working with the different machines that analyze the water.
Right.
So it was learning the spectrophotometer.
That's the one.
I have a hard time pronouncing
it. It's a long one.
Yeah. Yes, it is. But we gather different samples from all over the plant sites, but we also get samples from different places in the river, because we'll have streams day, and we sample all along Northern Platte up into Brighton.
Do you get to go out and sample also?
Yes, I do.
Well, you do. So now
Yes.
what's that like? You got your waders on and you got a dip bottle or some sort of a container?
Not when we're sampling the streams, we don't have to put on waders, but we do go out to the different bridges over
Uh-huh,
the Platte River,
right?
and we put a bucket over, and it can be rain or shine or snow,
Right.
and you have everything set up on the back of the bed of the truck, and
Mhm.
you have all your filtering that you do, and you pour out all of your water samples and just get them all prepped for the different analysis for metals, just everything.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
But it's
Hey,
really beautiful.
well, isn't that the best part? You get outside in Colorado and you're getting paid to work along a beautiful up along a river.
Yes, and as long as you're fully prepared, you have on the right jackets,
Yeah.
it's really nice to be able to get out. We also do fish shocking.
Well, you do.
Yes.
Tell us about that. That's awesome.
Fish shocking is when you go into the river and you have these little probes that you put into the river, and it's a team of people, so you have nets as well.
Right.
So they'll shock the water, and then that's when you have on your waders,
Yeah.
and you catch as many fish as you can basically. And once you gather them all up, then you identify them and count them, so that way you could see what is living in the river or in the
Oh,
streams.
fascinating to see how healthy the river is.
Yes.
Yeah, fascinating. Hey, one last question. What advice do you have for high school students or MSU Denver students regarding the water studies program, or in your case, the environmental science program?
It would be just to keep in touch with your counselors, get to know your professors,
Right?
because everybody is very willing to help out, and just ask lots of questions, because you won't know anything until you ask. And the worst thing that people can say to you is no.
No.
And utilize all the tools such as networking and the job sites, the career fairs, just getting really into all of that is what I really suggest,
Yeah,
because that's what I did, and I felt like it was very beneficial.
it worked, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
That's great. Thank you so much, Krystal, for being with us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And congratulations on your little one.
Yes, thank you. Very excited about it.